Good afternoon, Winnebago tribal members and community members. My name is Mackie Scott, and I'm the project coordinator for the demonstration grant under the education department. And today I wanted to present about the educational pathways to student success program that will be offered this year. And wanted to go over a few details about that and possibly answer any questions that some of the community members might have about that. And at the end, we'll kind of have a section for questions and answers. So if you bear with me, like I said, if you have any questions, just wait till the end and I'll try my best to answer those. And so, as I said, the Educational Pathways to Student Success is what the program is going to be called. And that is made possible under the demonstration grant. The Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska was awarded the demonstration grant back in October, and since then we've been planning and working with other programs and organizations to get the program ready for this year. And so beginning April, that's kind of when the first services will be beginning. And so the demonstration grant is for Indian and children and youth programs, and that was previously known as the Native Youth Community Projects. Other tribes were awarded that that grant back in 2015. And so the name kind of changed into the demonstration grant for the Indian children and youth programs. And that grant is under the Office of Indian Education, OIE. And I just want to give a big shout out to the planning and development department for helping us with the grant writing and getting the things together. Also with Brian Mathers from HCCDC for helping us get this as well. So the purpose of the program is to support projects, develop, test, and demonstrate the success of services and programs to improve education opportunities, achievement of Indian children and youth. And so that's kind of what the purpose of the program is going to be, and that's what the focus is going to be. And so like I said before, the Educational Pathways of Student Success, it's under the 5-year grant, and the grade that we will be focusing on is the 4th grade through 12th grade. And in order to participate in this program, there must be an application that's completed. And we'll go into more details what the application is and where you can find that later in the presentation. And so the student cohorts that we are going to be working with, like I said, is 4th grade through 12th grade. And we will be able to work with 8 to 9 students per grade, all the way from, like I said, 4th to 12th. And we will service 80 students per year, and that will estimate to 400 students over the 5-year period that we have this grant for. And we understand that this is going to be a great program, and it's going to be expanding through the years, and where we want to have the youth benefit as much as possible from this. And there's going to be a waiting list as well. So we encourage you to put in an application. Even if the spots come up, we still want you to put in an application. There's retention requirements to stay in the program, and some students could complete the service and then stop out, and we could take on some more students. So like I said, there's going to be 8 to 9 students per grade from 4th to 12th. And so some of the services that we are going to be providing through the educational program is the virtual tutoring and apprenticeship, college career readiness, culture enrichment, and family engagement. So these are our kind of main focuses right now for the services that we'll be offering for the 1st and 2nd year. And our service providers that we'll be working with is the Boys and Girls Club, the Ho Chunk Inc. Incorporation, our department, the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska Education Department, and Wisant is the service provider for the virtual tutoring. And so kind of coming into this program, we wanted to utilize our own resources and our own programs to kind of make that happen, and partner with them and boost our own people here too as well, and to strengthen those relationships that we have with the community. And so kind of going to the first service service that we'll be providing is the virtual tutoring through Wisant. And so this is just kind of keeping in mind that with the pandemic that's going on, and we kind of want to minimize the physical contact as well, just for safety precautions. But also, we understand, our kids need tutoring, and there might not be a tutoring time, during school, or might not even have access to a tutor. So we're providing that service virtually, and that would be provided through the, like I said, virtual. Will have you set up with the Wyzant. We'll get help you set up an account, and then we'll find the subject that you're needing help with. And there's a variety of different tutors, a variety of different subjects, and just depending on what level you need help with, we'll get that set up and get you with the right tutor. And it can go to your convenience too. So it's kind of a 24/7 thing. Ideally, we would want you to, be studying and get the tutoring at a good time. But it's kind of centered around what the student needs and what's going to help them. And so that service is going to be open to the 4th and 12th graders. And that service will begin in October of this year, 2021. So that's coming along. So keep that in mind for the next school year. If you're interested in those services, on the application, you can mark that, and we'll get you set up for that in October. And potentially, we're working with the Winnebago Public School to have the internet cafe up and going still, and we're hoping that we would be able to combine these resources with our Wyzant tutoring services through the internet cafe. But that's still a work in progress as well. The next service that we'll be offering is college, career, readiness, and culture enrichment. So the Boys and Girls Club is going to help us with that service. And the college and career readiness, that program is going to be an after-school program at the Winnebago Public School until school is over this year. And that is offered through 4th and 12th graders. And the curriculum that we're going to be using to teach college and career readiness is the Habitudes curriculum, which is approved and suggested by the State Department of Education for the Nebraska. That is something that they like and think is great. And so we're implementing that with the college and career readiness service. And so that will be a partnership with Boys and Girls Club. Will be at the APS program, the after school program at the Winnebago Public School, in the room that is assigned to the Boys and Girls Club after school. And so we'll be there doing different activities, different kind of presentations to keep the kids engaged and things like that. And that's actually our first service that we'll be providing this year, and that begins in next month of this year in April. So that's something we're looking excited for. And like I said, that's for 4th grade through 12th grade. That's not limited at all. And another program that we're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club is the 6-week summer education program. And so each week is going to focus on a different topic, and we plan to start that in June of this year as well. And some of those topics that we'll cover each year is leadership, team building, more on career pathways, college exploration, and we want to incorporate our culture into that as well. So we're going to be using community partners and people that are familiar with the cultural teachings and other programs that are experienced with that area as well. So we just want to use our community partners with those types of things as well. And so, like I said, each week is going to focus on a different topic, and each day we're going to incorporate more curriculum of the Habitudes and teach that to our kids. The morning session will be for the younger kids, and then the afternoon session will be for a little bit older kids. And the summer institution, or the summer program, is going to be a great program. We are trying to implement more field trips. So for example, for the team building week, that area we're focusing on, we'll have people come in and we'll have them talk about the team building aspect of an organization, or what it's like to work in a team, and what's important about being a team player. And also, incorporating trips with that as well. So one example is the kids will go to an obstacle course, and they will have to work together to complete the obstacle course. And another idea is the escape room. They would have to go to the escape room that's located in either Lincoln or Sioux City, and they would have to work as a group to obviously escape from the room. And so those are kind of the things that we're trying to incorporate along with these topics to educate our children about these different areas and prepare them for different careers and the college in the future. And so we are in the planning phase for the 6-week summer program. And like I said, it's going to begin in June. We're still planning that. But before a month or two before June, we will have out a schedule, a flyer, lining out what is each week is going to look like. And we're going to have also special guests come in and kind of talk about the topic of that week. So keep an eye out for that. More information will be shared on social media and the website. And yeah, we're excited to share more about that in the future. And another great service that we'll be providing is through Ho Chunk Inc. partnership is the apprenticeship. And so unfortunately, this is going to be only offered through 11th and 12th graders in high school at the Winnebago Public School. And so this is going to be a unique opportunity for our older students to experience on-the-site job, experience. And we want to get them to understand what it is to, look into a career and what it takes to get to that career. What are the requirements for that career? What is the, money that comes with that career? What are the opportunities that come with that career? And so we are going to use Clifton Strengths Assessment and other assessment tools to help the students understand what their strengths and weaknesses are and how they can leverage that, and also what kind of careers they would benefit in their strengths and their weaknesses and things like that. So we want to make sure that they're looking in themselves at who they are and what they're going to benefit from, but also what kind of programs would they go through for college and what are they going to benefit through as that as well. And so and with that too, there's going to be summer workshops with that as well that will focus on business etiquette, how to write a resume, cover letter, different interview skills and things like that, just to help build our youth up and prepare for the future. And so another thing about the apprenticeship, we want to use our community organizations and programs. And so if you're interested in hosting an apprentice, please reach out to me, and I will get that process going. If you want to be a site and a mentor or a work site location. So if you're interested in that, and just get in contact with me and we'll get that working. And another great thing about the apprenticeship, it's a potentially paid position. It's gonna help our students be located at a site for an hour or two on a daily basis or a week. Those details are still kind of in the works right now, but that's a potential paid experience as well. More on that will be coming as well. That's going to start in September. We will be accepting applications later in the year. I really encourage our seniors and juniors to look into this opportunity. There's going to be a whole variety of different areas you can work into, such as, culinary, culinary teaching, potentially the police station, working in a business. There's just a different variety of different things, and we just want our youth to get that experience and build that up and start thinking about their future career. And so kind of moving on to the applications, will be available starting next week, and they will also be located on the website at the Boys and Girls Club and the Winnebago School starting on March 22nd. And so if anybody, any family is interested in applying for this, they need to fill out the application, submit it to myself, and then you will be assessed on the application, and we'll let you know if your application is accepted. Understanding that we're in a pandemic and trying to make things a little bit more easier and transition to a more safe environment, I'm willing to do the application over the phone with you. There will be some forms that would need your signature, and I would be willing to bring that to you and you can sign that. Also, I'd be willing to meet with you and potentially complete that application with you over in person as well, with safety precautions in mind. But also the application criteria, it includes an attendance, grade reports, and also what's going to help with your application too is a teacher recommendation. So if your child's teacher thinks that their student would benefit from their services, they can fill that out onto the application. Just list the teacher and the contact, and we'll get in contact with the instructor, and that'll help with your application as well. And so all these services that we listed, not necessarily all your kiddos need to use all these services. These services are just options. They're not required. So say your child is just interested in the virtual tutoring. They could just sign up for the virtual tutoring and that's it. They are not required to do all services. But if they wanted to, and we encourage the students to sign up for numerous services because they'll kind of branch off with each other and intertwine with each other as well. But that is up to the child and the family's decision if they want to use more than one service as they choose. And so we are going to be moving to a digital version of the applications in the fall. Right now, we'll be taking the physical paper applications, but coming in October, potentially September, we will be moving to a digital format where it's more easy, faster, and get those types of applications quicker and things like that. And as I stated here, the deadline is March 26th, so you got a little bit time to get that done. As I said, those applications can be dropped off at the Educare building with me. I will take those applications, or you can call me and I can, if you have it completed, I'll come and grab that application from you as well. And so what's great about this program as well, even though we listed the services that we are providing right now, if there's a service that you think the students would benefit from and that we're not offering, such as mobile Wi-Fi or potentially transportation issues and things like that, if there's enough demand and we get enough feedback for that, we can always try to change our services to add those services in the future to help our students. And so that's what's great about this is we really value the feedback, and especially with OIE, they're trying to implement more community feedback so that if there is a need, we can make that happen and add those services in the future. And so we're going to be creating a component where we get that feedback from our parents, or from our family and students if they need those types of services that we're not offering. So like I said, depending on their feedback, we can add additional services in the future. And another part of that to make sure that's happening is we'll be accepting one parent liaison position with this to help us with that communication and to get feedback to the families and parents and things like that. And so that parent liaison, if anybody's interested in serving that information will be out soon too. They will help with the monthly parent sessions to get parent feedback and if there's anything that we can improve or things like that. And another thing to kind of help with communication, we'll be presenting monthly newsletters as well. Those will be out and that'll just kind of depict what our kids are doing, what kind of services are offered, and what our kids are learning and things like that, just to keep that open communication as well. And so as I said, we come to the portion where there's a Q&A session. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be willing to take those right now. I believe we're live on social media and YouTube. So we'll take a few moments to take those questions if there is anything right now. Give it a few more moments. So that is a good question. So for the apprenticeship program, for apprenticeship program, if you're a business and you're a small business in the community and you're interested in receiving an apprentice student, you could reach out to myself or Willie Bass with the HCI and just express that interest, and we could potentially work something out. If that student's career interest aligns with the business that you have, we could most likely work something out and get something done with that. And just a little bit more on the apprenticeship program, there will be more information out with that soon. Willie will be having an orientation on that a informational webinar on that, on what are the requirements as if you were to receive one, what's the reporting requirements, and different things like that, and just to answer those questions. So that information will come out soon too. That is a good question. Yes, we will take applications via email. Just make sure the documents are signed and things like that. We suggest that just to keep minimal physical contact. But like I said, if you don't have that opportunity or not able to submit an email through email, we can meet with you, pick it up from you, and just kind of make those things happen. Or you could drop it off at the Educare building, and I can grab that from you as well. So we got this grant for 5 years. This program is going to last for 5 years, and we are currently in our first year right now. We have a planning phase from October to April for the 6-month planning phase, and then the rest of the year is going to be the implementation phase. So this is our first year. So after beginning in October, that we'll have a remaining of 4 years for this program. Yeah, so this program is under the education department, and I will be the project coordinator for this. So I'm kind of managing the grant, overseeing this, and making sure our service providers are providing that service to our people and also to the families. And I'm also going to be working on the level with the kids as well, and doing the programming with them and partnering with the Boys and Girls Club to help them implement this program. And so I'll be on every different level of this organization. So we'll be working with the HCI, we'll be working with Boys and Girls Club, we'll be working working with a few partners in the organization or in the community. And so that's kind of where the program falls under, is the education department. Okay. Well, if you happen to think of a question after this presentation, feel free to take my contact information down here. My email is sandy.scott@winnebagotribe.com, and my extension and phone number is 402-878-4370, extension 1724. And I am actually located at the Educare building in Winnebago, Nebraska. If you have any more questions, feel free to email, call me. I'll be willing to answer any of those questions. And yeah, I hope a lot of our community members take advantage of this great opportunity. And I look forward to meeting with the kids, working with the community partners, and hope to see a lot of applications pretty soon.